Hello and welcome to our channel. Welcome to our video. Feel free to leave comments down below. Alright, so you want to make some basic HomeKit away settings, meaning like when I'm gone for the night or I've gone on vacation, you want the things to turn on and off by themselves. Well, I'll tell you, this video is going to be boring for the advanced people. This is only for the beginner people like myself that's trying to set this up. So you've spent a lot of time on YouTube how to do this stuff, and they go into these deep, complex explanations. Alright, we're gonna try to make this easy and walk you through step by step. Perhaps this video will help you do that. What you're gonna need is a hub, the Home app, and some HomeKit compatible devices. The hub is simply an Apple TV 4 Plus, a HomePod Mini, or an iPad. I'm going to assume you've got these things up and running on your Wi-Fi, along with make sure all your switches are working. You can get the Home app from the Apple Store. The HomeKit stuff is switches and cameras and outlets and whatnot. But if you want it to be native HomeKit, you've got to make sure that it has this on the label of it. Works with Apple HomeKit. Alright, let's get into taking a look at the app itself. This is a screenshot video of my iPhone Home app when I open it up. It shows things across the top, the status. I got 2 lights on, my security is my camera. I've got it organized, and you can change the way that you look at this stuff, but I've separated it by rooms in the house, not necessarily any other way. I put everything in my favorites until I figure out what I'm doing. I've got just everything in my favorites so I don't lose anything. Alright, well, this is a screenshot video of my MacBook Home app, and it's essentially the same thing. It makes it bigger so that you can see things easier on the MacBook as opposed to on the telephone. Again, shows me I have 2 lights on. My security is indeed my camera. If you had more than one camera here, they would show. Shows you the 2 lights that are turned on right now, with speakers and TV, energy consumption. And then down this column here, of course, that'll take you back home. And you can see, again, how I have things separated by rooms of the house. And there's my favorites. Now right now, all of my devices are HomeKit native compatible. There are ways to connect things that are not HomeKit compatible. However, we're not going there with this video. This is a basic, how do I set something up when I'm away from home to run my lights at night while I'm gone. To reduce the confusion on how you set up the timing of each device, I've made 2 separate spreadsheets. One, I listed all my devices that I wanted to run at nighttime, and I made multiple copies of the same name of device. For instance, I got my desk lamp, the living room ceiling light, the living room pedestal light, the dining room ceiling lights, so on and so forth, the foyer front lamp, the sunroom. Now I make another spreadsheet that lists the time of day. In the rows, I put the time, and in the columns, I put upstairs and downstairs. I started at 7 p.m. I ended at 7 a.m. Open up both the spreadsheets, put them on your monitor side by side. Now, cut and paste one item from the device into a time slot on the time spreadsheet. Keep doing that until you've filled out your devices and the time slots in which you want them. Stagger them around so that you got something turning on at this moment, something turning on at the next moment, different areas of the house to make them look like your home. You see I've got time of day across the top along with my downstairs stuff and my upstairs stuff. I have split this spreadsheet into 15-minute increments and laid it all out. Now we got all that stuff done. Let's get into actually making the automation. I'll show you how to do it on my MacBook, but the steps are the same when you use an iPhone or an iPad device. If you're using the Apple TV 4K Plus, make sure you go into the settings and turn on the HomeKit information. Let's say you want to work on this upstairs landing first time slot. When you click on the gray area around it, it'll open this up. You can use it as a switch to just turning on and off the light, or you can turn on and off the light just by clicking the light bulb icon part of that brown. But to make the automations, you click that shaded part right there. It'll reopen that, and you see the little settings bar there. Open that up. Alright, what this shows is the upstairs landing is powered off. It's the upstairs landing. It's being displayed as a light. You want it on home view, and I want it added to my favorites. Okay, skip this group with other accessories, all this other fancy dancy stuff. Now when you're working in this thing, HomeKit is going to want to refresh itself, so this screen may jump around a bit. Alright, some of these automated hints ideas show up there, but we're going to ignore those also. We're going to add automation. You click on that, and we want to click on when a time of day occurs. It'll open it up, and there right there at the clock will show your current time. And let's say you want to start this upstairs landing at 7 o'clock p.m. Alright, good. Now this row shows your days of the week. When it's orange, yes, it will do it, and when it's gray, it will not do it. Well, I always want this to happen 7 days a week when I'm not home. Oh, so how does it know you're not home? See the people right there? You click that, and it'll drop it down, and you have your choices there. I choose when nobody is home. Good. And then I go to next. Alright, so this tells you that it's enabled, and at 7 p.m. daily, only when people are home. Now we're going to choose the accessory. Since you started with the upstairs landing, that's what's going to be there. Its current status will be there also. So you want it to turn on at that time. And how long do you want this thing to run? Well, you can go various amounts of time. Let's run this one for 20 minutes, for example. When you X that out, it'll show you now at 7 p.m. every day it's going to turn on only when nobody is home. It's going to turn off after 20 minutes. It's really that simple. Let's say you want to do the same accessory at another time during the night. Let's say, 8:43 p.m. every day of the week. Again, when nobody is home. I want to make sure that this thing is turned off, which it is. Oh, excuse me, turned on. And then I want this time, I want it to run, a whole lot longer, let's say. You can go all the way up to 4 hours of runtime in this automation. But after 45 minutes, I want it to turn off. All right, and then it appears there when you X that out. So again, at 7 p.m., it's going to turn on only when no one is home. turn off after 20 minutes. Then again at 8:43 p.m. it's going to turn on only when nobody is at home, turn off after 45 minutes. Done. Simple. And let's say you don't really want to have that activated all the time. You can turn it off for now, and it will save it in case you want to turn it on again some other time. I want it running all the time in this setting, so I want that to run like it is. So again, in recap, 7 p.m. turns on when nobody's home, 8:43 turns on when nobody's home. Good. Let's say I'm done with this device. All you do next is slide through your home screen there and find the next device that you want to set for when I'm home. So I try to make this video as simple as possible. But let's say you made a mistake and you just want to get rid of that automation. I don't like this at all. Watch this. Open up your device that you want to change or eliminate the automation. Let's say you want to get rid of this 7 p.m. one. Instead of just turning it off, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom and delete this automation. And it will ask you to confirm. And then it will show you. It closes that out. And then when you open it again, it'll show you that 7 p.m. one is now gone. Sure, you can add it right back in. But once you've deleted it, it's gone. Anyway, got any questions? Leave a comment. I'll try to answer. This is just barely scratching the surface of using the Apple HomeKit.